Hello and welcome, and I have a big congratulations for you for up-leveling and getting to this part in your journey. This is one of the most critical keys for you moving forward, is to maintain this energy, but not just maintain it, to continue the momentum of this energy. It can be very easy to fall back into old patterns. It can be very easy to fall back into old energies and to not continue the momentum of up-leveling. If you are not going to be conscious around this topic, then you're not going to be constantly looking for ways of how you can be more excellent, or how you can do things better, or how you can up-level even more in your life. So on a daily and a weekly basis, having a consciousness around what is in my environment, or who are the people in my life that are no longer being of service to me, and you can begin to identify what are the next right steps for you, being in integrity with yourself, being true to yourself. And when you have this deep self-knowledge, after you've gone through several up levels, whether they're small or large, and certainly with the larger ones, you get to know yourself really darn well. And when you know yourself on such a deep level, it's easier to identify what is feeling really good to you for where you are, and what is just really not feeling so good for you. And sometimes it takes going back to old energies and old vibrations to see, oh my gosh, I could never stay in a hotel like this ever again, for example, and noticing where you are. Even just in the financial investments that you make. If you make a financial investment, for example, and you think, gosh, that's really cheap, like $2,000 is really cheap, but you can think back to a time in your life where you're like, oh my God, $2,000 was like everything to me. These are little milestones that you get to have to check in and just see where you are and where you've come from, and take a moment to just really, really celebrate yourself on the journey, because going through an up level, whether it's an unexpected event or a conscious choice, it is very challenging, and it does sculpt your character in every sense of the word. And you know that when you come out on the other side, that things are so much more grand than they were before. But in the midst of the up level, it can cause a great amount of anxiety. It can cause a great amount of strife. It can cause a great amount of tears. It can cause a great amount of blood and sweat. But know that it is all going to be for your highest and best good. And one of the ways that you can keep the energy of the momentum is to put yourself in what I call organic accountability situations. So for example, when I was creating the School of Feminine Fortune, by having the apprentices, there were days, like I said, where I wanted to quit and I wanted to turn back and say, okay, never mind, this is so much to take on. And having the apprentices, some of the days, that was what led me forward. That was the magnetism that kept drawing me towards the final completion of creating the school, because I didn't want to let other people down. I knew how much heart and soul they had put into all of our work together in a collaborative form, that it was like, oh my gosh, I can't possibly let these people down. Or just thinking about the immense investment that I've made from generating my own business revenue and putting it back into this big, huge dream of creating a school that is customizable and consumable, was something else that had me keeping the momentum. So a lot of times when you're choosing to do things and you're choosing to forge your own pathway forward and be on this up leveling that feels so incredibly massive, those are the things that can pull you forward. If you look at what are the investments, how much time have I put into this, how much money have I put into this, and who else is counting on me? At the end of the day, it is, though, important for you to be most true to yourself. It's very easy, especially as women, to want to please another person or not disappoint another person. And when I say that I would wake up and that would be the energy pulling me forward, that there were students who had signed up or apprentices who were counting on me to show up for our collaborative calls and so on, it wasn't as a betrayal to myself. And I want to take a moment to point that out, that there is a difference between if what your truth is that continuing on the pathway forward for a project or something, because I'm using this as the example, at the cost of your own yes or no. But it was in the moments where I was lacking faith, and that's why I knew it was really important to get the support that I required and to move forward with the dream that was literally being dreamed through me. Right now, identify what it is that you're going to do on a daily basis to continue to be true to the path and the momentum of moving forward and becoming a better version of yourself every single day. Make that your number one goal, and your life will be incredibly rich. Wake up and say, how can I be a better version of myself today? How can I eat better? How can I love myself better? How can I show up in the roles that I play in life as a mother, as a parent, as a student, as a collaborative friend, as a colleague, as a coach, if you're a coach, a woman business entrepreneur, whatever it is that you do, whatever those roles are that you play, begin to ask yourself every day what it is that you can do to be a better version of yourself, and make that your number one goal, and you will be on the path of great momentum towards incredible greatness in your life and in your business. Go throughout your daily routine and continue to have a conscious awareness around, is the support that you have in your life in the vibration that you need to be that better version of yourself. Go throughout your daily routine looking at your beauty and your environment and your clothes and this extension of who you are, and continue to do a check-in and see, is this in alignment with the better version of myself that I am becoming today? Check in on your intuition. How well are you doing with trusting that intuition, getting the guidance that you're receiving and really following it and allowing it to fuel strengthening your faith and trust in God, in yourself, and in others, and you will be on the path to incredible greatness, and you will continue to wake up and evolve and become this better version, this better woman, a woman who is strong in her faith, a woman who is strong in her confidence, a woman who is strong in her femininity. And now take a moment to identify a bigger thing that will draw you forward, just like the School of Feminine Fortune gave me that momentum of waking up every day and saying, what's next? What are we working on today? What are the pieces that we're putting together today to bring and build an incredible dream and an incredible empire into being a reality? When you do both of these things and you have the small daily practices and the small daily questions of, how can I be a better version of myself today? And you have a project and some of that organic accountability that is drawing you forwards towards birthing a dream of your own, and you combine those two together, you will continue to go through up levels with ease and grace and elegance, and you will certainly reach your destination of being the highest and best version of yourself.